Good. And thank you for that. Thank you for that signal for the person who said, let me see who wrote that to me. Okay, this is Nifemi Durojaye. Thanks for that. And of course, Clement Umor. Thanks a lot, our namesake. Let's see. Someone said something else. Share it after recording. Chima Agu. We will see to that. All right. But I would recommend and I would advise that you stay glued here. Make all the notes you can make because you just never can tell if this meeting will be shared, this recording will be shared. Anyway, for those of you meeting me for the first time, this is a meeting organized by Lifepage, and I'm here. My name is Bukola Oyeshile. Authentic. You can call me KBOA 2.0. Right? So, and I'm in charge of marketing here. I'm marketing communications manager at Lifepage. All right. So tonight we want to look at the topic, becoming a money magnet as a realtor. I believe that if you are not a realtor in this room, you are also, you know, on the verge of becoming one. So either way, whether you are already a realtor or Deborah Cole, oh, Mama Deborah Cole. So thank you for that. Good evening to you too. Okay, so I'd like to know, where are you joining me from? See, my tongue is twisted, okay? Where are you joining me from? Okay, I'd like to know, you can hear me loud and clear. First of all, drop me the number 2. I always like to get that signal, that feedback, that you can hear me loud and clear. You can hear me loud and clear. Please drop me the number 2, loud and clear. Babatunde GKME. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you, Madam Deborah Cole. Thank you, Clement Umor. Okay, so now tell me where, okay, I got 4 feedbacks already. 5 in Kiru, Chimagu, all of you, thanks for the feedback. It shows that, yes, you can hear me loud and clear. Ibadan, that's Chimagu's journey from Ibadan. Clement says from Uyo, wow. Sunday says from Lagos. Jide says, okay, Jide says number 2. That's the feedback for hearing loud and clear. So Jide, tell me, where are you joining from? Babatunde says from Ibadan. Babatunde GK I hope that this is the correct pronunciation of your name. Lagos, Nigeria, that's me, Femi Durojaye. Abia in Kiruka, we have people from all over Nigeria here, but based in Lagos. Awesome, 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 awesome. Okay, so great. Lagos, the Bracco says from Lagos. All right, all right, all right. So see, Delta, that's Tony Georgia Will. Praise wants from Port Harcourt. Okay, Kunle Oshinoiki, of course. Lagos, you're in Lagos. Okay, you're in Lagos now. I know that sometimes you're in Ibadan as well. Okay, so Ekena from Lagos. Okay, 46 in the room. When this is not the number, this is not the number. In that room, if you belong to that community, you already know what I'm talking about over 400 in that community. And this messaging is also, you know, I've gone to over 2,000 people registered for this event. Okay, so let's see. Kemi from Lagos. Great. Lagos, okay? I'm joining from Surulere, in case I've not said that before. I'm joining from Surulere in Lagos. And we're already 5 minutes into the meeting. So I'd like you to tell me where you are joining me from. I've only seen feedback from less than 20 people. So I'm sure that a lot of us here are joining from different locations. Bagada, that's Jacob Oni. Okay, Jacob Oni, thanks for the feedback. Bagada. See Bagada. Okay. I've seen Gafar. Olorunloye, Raimi Gafar. That's from Olowora. Where's Olowora, by the way? I think that's in Lagos. Please reconfirm that that's in Lagos. I just want to be sure that Olowora is in Lagos. Okay. Who else? Lakoe in Ibejuleki. That's Ekena Uche Ibejuleki. All right. We have 51 in the room. Okay, the numbers are rising. 50, 51. Okay, let's see what happens in the next 4 minutes, because I'll be kicked out of this place now in the next 4 minutes. Egbe Road, Ikotsun. That's from Olusegun. He got to Lagos. That's Mojishola or Moboye. He got to Lagos. Okay, let's. Who else? Happiness from Bariga. Okay. Happiness from Bariga. Samson from Victoria Island. Michael from Surulere. Hey, Surulere gang. Okay, are they talking about connecting from Egbeda, Lagos? Okay. Olani Olale, Lagos. Okay. Okay, I think we have less of Lagos. Lagos is leading. Lagos is leading right now. Okay, so please go to the communities. Yano Agbala, Ibadan, New Ife Road. Wow, I like that detail. Iju Road, Lagos. Catherine. Let's see. Who else is giving me feedback? Who else is giving me feedback? Agege Lagos. That's MJ. MJ says Agege Lagos. Okay. All right. So the next thing that we'll be doing right now is some of us are meeting us for the first time. So of course, it's only reasonable to get a glimpse or catch a hint of who we are. Of course, my Ikorodu Lagos. That's from John Adesina. If I missed it, don't worry. It's a record where you're joining from, just in case I'm talking and I miss that update, it's fine. Okay, so I've seen Lagos, I've seen Ibadan, I've seen Port Harcourt, I've seen Lagos, I've seen different areas of Lagos, Surulere, and all of that. So it means that there are actually footprints from representations from different locations of the nation. Okay, that's a rhyme. Representations from different locations of the nation. Okay, so in about 3 minutes, I would be inviting our project manager, our executive director, project development and estate, and that's Mr. Peruaomi. I'm not sure if he's in the room. OP, if you're in the room, just give me your voice. If you're in the room, give me your voice. And of course, the person that will be taking us through the journey tonight on becoming a money magnet as a realtor is no other person than our CEO, and that's Mr. Oladipupo Clement. We fondly call him OC. So tonight, feel free to call him OC when he comes, on board. Okay, so it's going to take you on a journey, but I would recommend, my loving recommendation is that you get your pen and notepad. Don't ask me for recording after this meeting. I cannot guarantee you that you will get a recording of this meeting after this meeting. You cannot get a recording of this meeting after this meeting, okay? So I cannot guarantee you that, because that's not what I'm here for. But I'm here for you to say tonight, you're going to understand what it takes, what it means to become a money magnet as a realtor. All right? 68, the number 68, 17. It's still loading. It's still loading. At least 400 tonight. Okay. Okay, so who is ready for me? What's your expectation tonight? Just give me one word. What's your expectation tonight? In 60 seconds, because of course I'm out of here in 60 seconds, and I hope you will take over to give us a bit of who we are and who Lifepage is. Of course, I'm wearing a Million Homes t-shirt, and it's a company, by Lifepage. So in this case, what it means is, I'll just give you an idea of what is a Million Homes. Of course, let me leave it to OP. Let me go OP. OP will do the explanation. Let me not give you the hint. Okay, I see some updates about people unable to join. See what you can do, technical guys, please see what you can do about the people who cannot join in the meeting at the moment. Yes, I've just seen feedback from OP from another room that is unable to join. Insights of payment plans for the land and locations. That's from Chima Agu. Okay, insights for payment plans. Okay, that's interesting to know that. Let's see. Emphasis on magnets. That's my utmost concern. Emphasis on magnet. That's from Nifemi Jirojayi. Chima Agu says insights of payment plans. Okay, I think I took that. Emphasis on magnets. Okay, I think OC is in the room. Michael Okpayem, I don't know why you're waving, whether you're raising your hand or you're waving. I'm not sure what you're trying to do. However, you can't hear a thing. Let's see if I'm not muted. Okay, so I need someone else to confirm for me. If you can hear me loud and clear, please drop me the number too. We need to be sure that this person, no experience at all, more like an expo into this field. That's Israel Akigbe. Okay, if you can hear me loud and clear, just drop me the number too. Okay, OC says they can hear me. Okay, OC is in the room. OC is ready for us. Okay, so I can hear you. Catherine says she can hear me. Okay, that person who said, I think says, okay, so the feedback is good. All right, people can hear me loud and clear. So maybe your network, and please check that you have clicked on the live connection for audio in the meeting room so that you can hear us loud and clear. Mr. Felix says he can hear me. Okay, Michael Okpayemi, you can put down your hands because I'm not inviting anybody to speak right now. Okay, just put down your hands. Sonia says they can hear me. Okay, so they can hear me. All right, I'll just give you a hint because OP I'm not sure OP has been able to join in yet. Let's see. OP, are you in the room yet? Let me quickly check if OP is here. Otherwise, I'll just quickly run us through who we are. Okay, OP is in the room. Okay, so OP, you already know what this is. I've already eaten 2 minutes into your time. So you have 3 minutes left to do this. I don't know how you're going to do it, all right? I don't know how you're going to do it. Money, it become an error. I need to take that. 1 second, please, OP. I know you're ready for me. Let me just quickly take that feedback. I want to see what's going to get all it takes to become an irresistible magnet to money as a realtor. That's from Asokere and Kechi. You know, if becoming a successful realtor is possible by tonight's teachings, because I'm a newbie. Okay, trust me, you are in for a very wonderful time. 105. Okay, it's getting better, but still not the number. So please keep doing it, technical guys. Please see what happened and what has happened to memory. Matthew still says he can't hear me. I'm not sure. I don't know what I'll do. But please go out and come back in and see if you will be able to hear me, because the feedback I got from here is that they can hear me loud and clear. All right, OP, 2 minutes is what you have. I'll add 1 more minute. Okay. OP, are you there?
Yes. Can you hear me? Good evening, everyone.
Okay,
sorry, I didn't join early. My network was quite bad.
Okay.
Oh, can you hear me right now?
I can hear you.
So good evening, everyone. I'm joining from inside my car, so that I can introduce myself properly. So I want to specially welcome everyone to tonight's Realtors Connect, and I believe it's going to work. I mean, it's going to, even no matter how much time you have spared to be here, it's going to be a fantastic one, and I promise you are going to have a great time. And you're about to start a journey that you will never regret for the rest of your life. Some of us started this journey about 11 years ago, and looking back, it has been from greatness to greatness, from one success story to the other. So I want to especially welcome you. So you might be wondering, who put this together? So who put this together? So this, you are listening to everybody that is on this team. We are from Lifepage. So whether you are seeing Million Homes or you are seeing Almond County, so we are from Lifepage. So we represent Lifepage. So you might be wondering, Lifepage, what are they into? So basically what we do at Lifepage is that we create and retain wealth. So everything that we introduce to you is for the purpose of creating and retaining wealth. In fact, we have a saying that if it does not create wealth or does not retain wealth, it is not Lifepage. So everything that you're going to start, no matter where you are at the stage of your life right now, you're about to embark on the journey tonight that will take you to the process of creating or retaining wealth. So you're about to start on a journey that will take you to the process of creating or retaining wealth. So welcome on board, and we have quite a number of things that you will be enjoying tonight, beyond the lectures, offerings, beautiful things that you will never, in fact, you are going to mark today as one of the best days of your life. So welcome on board. Thank you, Bio. I think I did it in 2 minutes.
Yes, you did. Thank you, OP. Let me give you a summary of what OP just told us. It says Lifepage is a real estate company, and we are in the business of making lives richer. We create and retain wealth. That's what we are about. And we do it primarily through real estate. Okay, so for those of you also not following our page, you need to now go on social media. We are at Lifepage Global, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. You find us there. You can follow the page. If you can do it simultaneously now, please go ahead and do it. If not, after the meeting, I'll take this update again, and of course you can join the meeting. Thank you, Emmanuel, for that, for dropping that in the room. Thank you so much. Okay, so we are ready for the movement. Who's going to give me drum emoji? Drum emoji. You know how to use emoji in Zoom rooms, and you want to give me drum emoji. You are drumming, you are clapping, a fire, because of course we are ready. Good. Oh, good. Opi, great. Don't write drum. Just give me the drum emoji. Don't write drum, because some people can go and write drum now and tell me they are drumming. All right. So this is the time that we have been waiting for. And we want to talk about becoming a money magnet as a realtor. And it's, of course, by no other person, like I said earlier, it's no other person than the CEO of Lifepage, and that's Mr. Oladipo Clement. We call him OC. Steve, once he comes on board, just type OC. Divine favor. I love that drum and clap. You are too much. You are too much. Okay, let me see if OC is here in the room. OC, are you in the room? This is it. Oh my God, divine favor, Basil. You are the best. You are too much. You are the best. I love the energy in the room. Okay, we are set. OC, is OC in the room? First of all, let me check. Let me check.
I can see you. I'm seeing you.
Great.
I'm seeing.
Awesome. Welcome. Please just take it over. OC. Girl, I'm liking the energy in the room. OC, just take over. Welcome and good to see you.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Sure you all are doing great. Welcome to Realtors Connect. And we'll be sharing tonight on becoming a money magnet. So if you can hear me loud and clear, please just type the number 5. I see that people are putting OC. Just type 5 for me so that I'm sure you can hear me. I have so much to share, but we are pressed with time. And as much as I can, I'll touch on the most salient that you can immediately implement. Now, the goal of this particular lecture is for you to understand that, you see, in life, you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. If you forget anything in this particular session, don't forget this. In life, in business, in your career, you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. And the reason this is so is because you are the most important critical success factor. And that's why the biggest investment you will ever make is the investment in yourself. Investment in yourself, in your capacity, in your earning capacity. All right. And that's pretty much some of the things I'm going to be sharing. And so there are things some of us are already doing by default, and we don't realize that we are already working with the playbook for financial success. The other thing that is critical that I need to establish here is the fact that, you know, in this life, if you are not making money, and please take note of this, if you are not making money, there are 3 possibilities. 1, you start to beg, and that's not honorable at all. Number 2 is when you run out of people to beg from, you start to borrow. And that's also not honorable, right? Because the rich rules over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. And the third thing that happens when you run out of people to borrow from is to start to compromise. You may end up start stealing, and of course you can end up in jail, right? So, and none of this is honorable, none of this is desirable. And that's why learning and understanding how to become a money magnet is one of the most important lessons you would need to learn. Number 3 thing I need to quickly mention here is the fact that for many of us, we already have, you know, all of us are gifted spenders. All of us, whether you make money or not, we all spend money, we all incur costs. And for so many of us, our expenses are already on autopilot. So you need to have a system. You need to design a system by which your income will be on autopilot. And this is so important. Please, these are critical points I'm putting out here. Number 4 is the fact that, you see, when it comes to wealth creation, one of the greatest things, disservice you can do to yourself is that the rate at which money is leaving you must not be faster than the rate at which money is coming to you. You see, the smartest way to become rich is to ensure that people are paying you more than you are paying others. These are very important points you must not forget. In order to be rich, understand this. People must be paying you more than you are paying others. In other words, your income must far outweigh your expenses. That's pretty much what that simply means. So we all know what magnet is. A magnet essentially attracts. And becoming a money magnet as an individual or as a business is first an internal game, and all of us need to understand that. So a lot of times people want to copy what it is that you do, but they don't want to become who you have become. And the origin of being a money magnet is an internal game. And I need to say this also, because the reason this is so important is because money is not, wealth is not, money and wealth is not attracted outside in, it is inside out. It's first within, then without. This may look like semantics, but this is exactly what it is. If I can reset your belief system, if I can reset the energy you are emitting, I can almost reset the kind of circumstances you organize for yourself. And so I'll be touching on very simple principles that I would want you to implement immediately. So any instruction I give you here, the only way you will derive value is when you implement it, because it's not what you know that counts, it's what you do with what you know. All right. And the interesting thing also about this particular session we're having is because it's scientific. In other words, it's predictable. The things I'm going to be sharing here are such that if you begin to realize that something is not working, and because all of us will stumble at some point, you will enter a detour, you will enter some bumps in the course of your journey to success. All you need to do is to find out, okay, where did I miss it? And if you understand this science, you understand all the things I'm sharing here, it will be easy for you to go correct where you may have missed it, and then you can reconnect, with some of the other major breakthroughs that you may have missed out on the journey. And then now, let me now get into this subject. Understand this: we are all energy beings. We are all energy beings. I started by saying that you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. Now, the energy you emit, the energy you transmit is what determines what you attract, right? It's what determines what you attract or repel. So there are people who are constantly attracting misfortune and all of those things. If we can reset and reconfigure the energy that you are transmitting, we can reconfigure your success in life. And this is scientifically proven, and it's a law of life. That's why some people seem to be working harder than others. Yet those who are working not as hard, that's not to say hard work is not the key, but there are those who understand some of the principles I'm going to be sharing, and they are working so hard on those principles, and it's producing superior results. So the kind of energy you transmit will determine the kind of opportunities and the level of funds that you attract or repel. So if you are not happy with what you are attracting, the fundamental is not to look at the economy. Now, I agree, Nigeria is very harsh. The environment is toxic. It's really, really appalling. I mean, you can have money in your account, you can't do transfers, you can't withdraw cash. So we are not in doubt of all these realities. We are not in doubt of the faulty, horrible leadership failure in the nation, right? We are not in doubt as to poor failure of infrastructure, infrastructural deficiencies, no power, no fuel queue, queue for PVC, queue for everything, right? We're not in doubt on all of these things. But I'm saying that you don't really have much of control over that. And the way I personally organize my life, and this is one of the things that gives you a sense of control and gives you a sense of confidence, is the fact that you need to focus more of your energy, if you really want to live a happy life, on the things you have power to control. And the things I'm going to be sharing here are not things that needs election. It does not require approval of other people. It does not require other people's opinion do not matter. What matters the most in this particular equation is you. It's you. And this is why you must take this very, very, very seriously. And I'm going to also be making a few other announcements, and that I want you to take advantage of, okay? Right, so if you are not happy with what you are attracting, then you want to check what type of energy you are emitting. Another thing that you also need to take away is the fact that money, and take note of this, is a reward you get for solving problems for people. In order to attract money and become a money magnet, use it to reset your mindset. There are people who are professional beggars, professional borrowers, professional beggars, right? But they don't, they don't think about in terms of what are the problems people are going through and how can I address it? How can my products, bridge the gap between where people are and where they need to be? If you can resolve that and you can provide solution to people in large quantity, then you will attract money. And that's pretty much some of the things I'm going to be sharing with you. Okay, so let's get right into this. What are those steps you must take to become a money magnet? What are those critical steps you must take to become that money magnet that you really would love to be? Number one, this is scientific and it is proven. I've tested it, it works. Every time I stray, I always come back to it. And this is the reason I love principles. Once I have reasons why I get distracted, and it happens to all of us, right? You get a shock out of life, you get a bump, you get into a bump in the journey of your life. Sometimes you stray away from this principle, but if you can return to them, right, you can reconfigure your success afresh. Number one, practice gratitude. Practice gratitude. Practice gratitude. And listen to this carefully. It is natural, it is human to recognize problems and complain. It is just natural and it is human. But you see, that does not change the situation. It only complicates it. It only complicates it. I told you that we are all energy beings. And everywhere you go, you carry the energy, you display and you transmit energy into every environment you enter. And the kind of feedback you get, whether people accept you, whether they reject you, depends heavily on the energy that you are transmitting. And so one of those principles that you must consciously, now for some of us now, it has become natural, it has become habitual. One of those habits and one of those practices that will help to recondition your energy to positive, right, is gratitude. Is gratitude. And the only way to practice gratitude is to focus not on what is not working. Rather, it's to focus on what is working. Right? Is to focus on what is working. Nothing increases your positive energy like gratitude, and nothing drains it like ingratitude. Please and please, don't think I'm trying to be religious or spiritual here, but really, that's what it is. This is a spiritual law. Gratitude reconditions your heart, and it enhances your positive energy. And the only way you do that is to focus on what is working in your life. Even if it is and none of this is to be taken, or none of this is to be trivialized. So even if it is as simple, as common, as regular, as sight, as hearing ear, as moving limbs, moving feet, as sane mind, sane brain, you can recognize problem when you see one. It is because your brain is still functioning. All right, gratitude, practice gratitude. And so this is what will force you to what is working in your life. Have a gratitude journal. Now, these are action points, and you need to begin it from this moment. Have a gratitude journal. What are you grateful for? And that's what your gratitude journal captures. And make it a daily practice, right? Make it a daily practice. There are some of us that it is no longer a gratitude journal as a notebook. It's now natural. So before I get into anything for the day, I start my day thanking God for the people that God has brought my way, even for some challenges I run into, because it makes me stronger, it makes me wiser, it makes me smarter, it makes me sharper. It helps me to see things in a better light. It wakes me up from naivety. So if at all I've been naive, I'm awoken from naivety, and I'm able to pick up other signals. So what are you grateful for? Make a list of 5 of things you are grateful for, and express profuse thanks for it and to your creator. Now, practice gratitude is both a vertical activity and an horizontal activity. First to your creator, and then to people that are around you who have made contribution. When was the last time you thanked your boss? When was the last time you need to go back now and thank the person who invited you here? That's the plain truth. Whether I like it or not, I don't need to brag about this, but I know that even if I end this meeting here and you recondition just one principle, you implement this principle, you will start noticing a change, a turn in events. Let me tell you this. One of the laws that I found early on, and I always leverage all of the time, is the law of attraction. It's a powerful law when it comes to being a money magnet. And that law simply states that everything that happens around you is a direct reflection of your dominant thoughts. In other words, the thought that preoccupies your mind defines what is happening around you. In other words, also, the happenings around you basically are mirroring what is happening inside of you. So if I want to change what is going on around me, in my business, in my career, in my family, in my finances, in my relationships, what I basically need to work on is to work on what is happening inside me. And this is very, very, very powerful. Can you still hear me? If you can hear me loud and clear, please just type 10. Type 10 if you can still hear me loud and clear, so I'll be sure I'm still connecting with you. But that's the danger of being of webinars. You can be speaking all to yourself and be disconnected from people. All right, thank you very much. Fantastic. So have a gratitude journal. This will help you to consciously, because all activities, all practices starts consciously until it becomes unconscious. I'm sure many of us, I don't want to go into some other things because I can expand this for the next 1 hour and then we don't have much time. Number 2 is think abundance. Think abundance. Don't forget I told you that wealth is created not outside in, but inside out. It's created not outside in, but inside out. It's created inside out. All right? It is impossible, and take this from me, it is impossible to attract abundance with scarcity mentality. Write it down in capital letters wherever you are noting this. It is impossible to attract abundance with scarcity mentality. It is impossible to attract abundance with scarcity mentality. So one of the simple steps you can take to constantly think abundance are twofolds. One is to have a vision board, but the starting point of even having a vision board is to envision the money you really want to make. Envision the money you want to make this year. Ask yourself, okay, how much money do I want to make? 50 million, 100 million, 200 million. Income, whatever it is, whether it's 10 million, whether it's 5 million, that is what you can envision. And listen to me carefully. You don't need to create a bogus vision of income you want to make this year. It must be believable to you. I don't want to get into that. But once you write it down, the next thing you want to start to do is to identify people who already control that level of income and find a way to paste it where you see it constantly. It will force your mind. Listen to me carefully. We all think in pictures. As human beings, when the name of a person, when the name of a location is mentioned, when the name of a place is mentioned, the first thing that comes to mind is not the letters, not the spelling of the person's name, not the letters. It is the picture, is the image of that place that comes to your mind. So if I mention Dubai and you have been to Dubai, the picture of the place is what comes to your mind, not the spelling of Dubai. All right? When I mention red, what comes to mind is not R-E-D, is the color, is the image of red. When I mention Volkswagen, the image is what comes to mind. If I mention Mercedes-Benz, what comes to your mind? If I mention Lekki, that's what comes to your mind is a picture. Ikoyi, a picture. So to facilitate your ability to constantly think abundance, find people who already control the kind of money that you want to control, or that you envision for yourself this year, and put it where you will see it regularly. You can make it a wallpaper, and that will influence your thinking. This is so, so important. This is so, so important. You want to become a money magnet? It is first within, then without. And that's what we are correcting here. Now, let me quickly state this. I established and expatiated a lot more on this in my best-selling book, Financial Freedom Master Guide. And so if you're on this call and you'd love to have that copy of that book, just call the number 070-8797-0441. Now, note this. That book sells for 19,500 naira, but if you make an order tonight, only, just for tonight, if you make an order tonight, oh, I also recognize that there's banking failure, network failure. Okay, we'll give you a 48-hour opportunity. So if you order for that book tonight, you get it for just 10,000 naira, but you take care of shipping costs. So that will be your responsibility. All right? Please take note of that. Now, I established all of this in that book. That's why I refer to it. The goal of this session is not to sell you a book. Please take note of that. I just felt I should mention that. 0708-797-0441. Now, that's by the way. So it is impossible to attract abundance with scarcity mentality, to correct the scarcity mentality, which the environment, some of us live in certain environments that are so toxic. Everybody's talking, do I grow money on trees? Do I pick dollar, naira on the streets? You know how hard I work for my money. So it has reconditioned and programmed you for scarcity. And you cannot attract abundance with that kind of mentality. To force your mind to think abundance, envision the money you want to make, set a goal for that amount of money, and then who is in control of that money. One other principle I need to share with you, and this is very powerful. This is very potent. This is why I tell people, if you are angry with rich people, you can't be rich. You cannot attract what you despise. This is so important. If every time you see people who are doing financially well, you've become envious, you are angry at them, this is part of the reason why a lot of people repel riches. This is part of the reason why people repel opportunities. So envision the kind of money you want to make and look for people who already control that level of income. And then one other thing you begin to do is place it where you see it regularly and pray for those people. Now, this is a very powerful principle. Pray for those people. Release good words concerning them. It has a way of turning you to money magnet. I'm telling you proven principles here. Okay? One other key fact that I want you to take note of under this thinking of abundance is the fact that what you think affects your outcome. Now, there's a framework you find out also in that book that I call the TEAR. TEAR is an acronym for T represents thoughts, E represents emotions, A represents actions, and then R represents results. Now, the way this thing works is such that if you identify a particular result you want to get, you want to ensure that that result you want to get is consistent with your dominant thoughts. Now, this is the process. Whatever it is you think about long enough precipitates into an emotion. This is important. This is very powerful. Whatever it is, if you will notice that once you start thinking about a problem, your mood changes, your emotion changes, your feeling changes. And that emotion will lead to an action. And that action is what often determines the result we get out of life. So the way it's supposed to be is this. Whenever you envision a result, a type of income, a volume of money you want to make, the next thing you want to quickly replace is to ensure that that result that you want to have, make sure that it is the dominant thought that preoccupies your mind. So if 100 million naira income is your vision this year, is what you envision this year, make sure it is what is consistent in your thinking. Most top realtors, most wealthy people, what preoccupies their mind most of the time is, how can I achieve this? They are always thinking about their goals, always thinking about it, always thinking about it. And one thing that this does for you is it corrects your emotions and ultimately defines your actions. A lot of people are lethargic. A lot of people are complacent because the emotion they have debilitates them, demoralizes them, demobilizes them. And it's rooted in their thoughts. So every emotion is rooted in thoughts, and your action is rooted in your emotion. Emotions are like fuel to your vehicle. Emotions are fuel for your destiny, are fuel for your vision. So if your thought is not right, your emotion will not be right, and then it will impact on your action, and of course, to determine your result. So if I want to make 100 million naira income, ensure it's consistent with my thoughts, and that thought will fuel my emotion, and that emotion will fuel my action. And ultimately, that will lead to the result I would love to have. You get a lot more when you get a book. Number three, sell what people can't do without. I told you earlier, sell what people can't do without. I told you earlier that a lot of times people don't realize that money is a reward for problems you solve. Money is a reward for the problem you solve. And this is so important. Money is a reward for problem you solve. So every time you need money, the first thing, one of the things that should occupy your mind is, what am I going to give in exchange for that money? And you know, in this digital age that we live in this advanced world that we live in this complex world that we live in, you really don't need to own the product. And that's the beauty of being a realtor. There are 4 ways by which you can play in the real estate space. Number 1, you can be a regulator. And by being a regulator, you collaborate with government agencies to regulate an industry. Number 2, you can be a developer, which is probably the most glamorous way to play in the real estate space. And everybody wants to be a developer. But what a lot of people don't realize is the fact that there is a lot more around being a developer that can kill you in this country. But I won't go into that. That's not the subject matter for today. Number 3 is by being an investor. And everybody must be an investor if you truly want to create wealth. The only way by which we multiply money is by investing. All right? So everybody, to play in the real estate space, you can play by being an investor. The 4th way and the cheapest way to play in the real estate space by being a realtor or a broker, right? In that particular instance, you are basically connecting buyer to seller. And a lot of us do that on a regular basis. When you patronize, you get a product, you use a product, and it serves you. It's not difficult to tell other people that, sorry, this thing will be good for you. And there are many things you have referred to people that they've used, but you never made any money from it. And so it's not illegitimate to refer people to a product and still get paid for it. That's what affiliate programs, that's what all of this is all about. And in playing in this space, even if you go to become even if your objective and your plan is to become a developer in the future, you need to first be, all right, a realtor. Because when you start developing, you still need to sell your product, all right? So sell what people can't do without. And the reason I'm talking about this under this circumstance is because housing, land, these are in constant demand. In constant demand. It's in constant demand. It's in constant demand. For those of you who may not know, the earth is 75% or more water. So the components, what makes up the planet Earth is like 75% water. The rest is land. And now from the moment of creation, the population of mankind has constantly increased, increasing the demand for land, and it is not in abundant supply. As the lands are being, as land is being reclaimed from water, the water is taking the land somewhere else. So it has not increased. In case you think, oh, they've reclaimed, there's land reclamation somewhere going on in Oronshoki, or land reclamation going on somewhere in Ekpe, or land reclamation going on somewhere in Ajah. You think that the land is increasing. No, it's not increasing. It's in short supply. And according to the law of demand and supply, when there is high demand for something, the value continues to rise. This is what is responsible for it. And you know the beautiful thing? You don't need to be the owner, because ultimately it takes huge capital to start a real estate company and be a developer. And by being a realtor, you're simply connecting people who definitely need to invest in real estate and grow their wealth, retain their wealth. You need to connect them to those who already have it. All right. So this is very, very important. And the reason why I said sell what people can't do without is because that is what I have chosen. I've chosen real estate. I've chosen real estate because I know no matter the level of advancement, people will not sleep on their websites. People will not sleep on their portal. People will not sleep on their portal, on their social media. They will need a place of abode, no matter the level of development. And that is how important it is. I was just speaking somewhere last week, and I said to them, I said, even technology requires real estate. Most cloud computing, anything you hear cloud computing, save it in the cloud. Most of those things they said are being saved in the cloud are in a data center warehouse on a piece of real estate. Some of the companies that own the largest piece of real estate are data companies, are real estate companies. Are data companies, are technology companies. Please take note of this. So sell what people can't do without. And this is what makes real estate very, very powerful. And you automatically become, if you become the go-to person for something that is constantly in demand, then you attract money. That's the way it works. That's the way this works. I hope you are getting value. If this is making sense, type 5. If it's making sense, type 5. Let me know. All right. There's a country called Singapore. It's a country I really, it's one of my dream trips. I've never made a journey to that country before, but from what I have learned and researched about that country, it's a small island, and according to the research I read, within 1 hour you can actually travel around entire Singapore. It's one of the most developed nations on planet Earth. In fact, somebody said the only thing natural in Singapore are the people. They don't have any, because an island, it's predominantly water, piece of real estate. Real estate is huge deal over there. Is big deal. So if Singapore is a small place and people who have created wealth and creating wealth there are leveraging real estate, what are you going to be doing in a place like Lagos? I think I shared this last week. Lagos is the most populous state in Nigeria, right? It has the smallest land mass in Nigeria. However, Lagos controls 40% of the economy of West Africa. 40% of West African economy is in Lagos. 60% of economy of Nigeria is in Lagos. So if you sell Lagos, you can't fail. It is what people need. The economy of Nigeria depends so much on Lagos. The economy of West Africa depends. So sell what people can't do without. And the neighboring states around Lagos or states around Lagos are also beneficiary of that spillover. So don't joke with this. The next one I want to talk about is acquire and harness scarce skills. Acquire and harness scarce skills. If there's any investment you must make consciously, deliberately, intentionally this year, it is the commitment to develop your earning capabilities. And the way to develop your earning abilities is to, go for scarce skills. So you can Google scarce skills, right? You can Google soft skills or future skills, right? Google future skills. But I can tell you some of those skills that are critical for becoming a money magnet this year and beyond. Number one of them is selling, your ability to sell. All of us are in the business of sale, whether you are conscious of it or not. If you're married here, you are married because you're a great salesperson, either as a woman or as a man, right? for somebody to agree to marry you and settle down with you was because you sold, either consciously or unconsciously. And this is so important. The next one is communication skill. You must learn to communicate well. These are very important skills. You know, unfortunately, most of us go to school, but we're not taught these important skills. And that's why the people who are controlling the world of today and the future are those who are in command of this, who have gained mastery of these specific skills I'm talking to you about. Problem-solving skills. Negotiation skills. Now, I'm talking of these skills because they are not often taught in our schools of higher learning, but these are the things that really determine your success, ultimate success in life. And of course, there are other blue-collar skills that you can also go for. But if you possess those other skills, as long as you're going to be dealing with people, as long as you're going to have to connect with people, you need all the skills I've just spoken to you about. All right. Let me jump this. The next very important one that you want to take note of that will help you become a money magnet is build a dream team and a profitable network. Build a dream team. Build a dream team. Nobody gets to the top, my people. Nobody gets to the top. We are all brought to the top. Nobody gets to the top. We are all brought to the top. Nobody gets to the top. We are all brought to the top. That's why I don't believe that there is anything such as self-made millionaires or billionaires. We are all people-made. We are all God and people-made. That's the plain truth. There is no success you've ever accomplished, attained, that was mainly because of your efforts alone. It is because other people contributed to it. The next thing, again, is the fact that all of us have maximum of 24 hours. All of us require leverage to really be able to scale up our income. And building a dream team is critical. So that's why we say money hides in people. So your network is what truly determines your net worth. So when we say your network determines your net worth, it is when you build a team and build profitable networks. I can tell you what your future would look like based on two things. It was John Marston who said this. He said, you are the same 5 years from now, except for two things. He said, the books you read and the company you keep. The books you read and the company you keep. And these are things you can control. These are things you can control. The books you read talks about information, and that's why you are here, and I commend you for that. The company you keep talks about association, right? So this is very, very important. So build a dream team. Now, let me quickly say this, and this is very, very important. To build a dream team, you need to position yourself for it. A lot of us you have skills, you have value that other people need, but nobody knows about it. You are simply winking in the dark. So what I want to give to you tonight, and I'm going to stop here because there's so much to share, is, now listen to this carefully. Listen to this carefully. Just want to give you an opportunity. Next week, Saturday, along with some of the top players in this space, in this real estate space, we'll be hosting the Lifepage Realtors Bootcamp. And I want to make you an offer, just a simple offer. You can take it or leave it, it's up to you, right? But I believe in my heart of hearts that we still have one of the best, training programs for people who, whether you're a newbie or you want to play in the real estate space and you want to start making money right now. You have that singular opportunity. You don't need to know how to sell. You don't need to know real estate before now. Just by attending this Realtors Bootcamp. And all you need to do is register. Now, typically, this program costs just 10,000, token of 10,000 naira, right? To just attend this bootcamp. But if you register within the next 48 hours, right, now follow me carefully. Just pay 5,000 naira. If you register, within the next 48 hours, right? So you have between tonight and Monday After Monday, it goes back to 10,000 naira. Now this is ridiculous compared to the value you're going to derive. And that real estate bootcamp, the Realtors Bootcamp, takes place next week, Saturday, and it's a full day. And you have some of the best in the industry will be sharing. I'll also be sharing in that particular program. So no matter where you are in the journey, you also need constant upgrade. So I want you to make time out. And now the beauty of this is the fact that it's hybrid. So you can join, for those of you who are out of town, out of the States, you can join remotely. So but I would encourage you, if you can be physically present, pay that price. You will draw more value. And then there's a whole lot more after that Saturday that you'll be discovering. Now, the second thing I want to mention here is this. You see, for this next boot camp that is coming, you stand a chance to get an extra 100,000 naira for free, right? You stand a chance to win an 100,000 naira for free if you register 10 people, right? And you have between today and that same Saturday, okay? This is powerful and it's going to be valuable to you. You will understand it when you attend. I'll be seeing you live and direct, and I'll be sharing with you along with other best of the best in the industry. I think I want to draw the curtain here. If there are any questions, I will take them. And then for those of you who will be registering, be rest assured, I'll be providing you a lot more during the bootcamp and beyond. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you so much, OC. Thank you so much. Bio, where are you?
I'm here.
Thank you so much.
I'm here. Thank you very much, OC.
Time for So it's time for question and answer. So please drop all your questions on the chat section so that we can take them one after the other. So please drop your question. Bio, are you with us?
So if you have any questions, let's take them right away.
Okay, let me just take the question. Okay, so how do I register for the boot camp? Just send a message to 090. Once you have made payments, just send a message to, just send boot camp to 0906 0005747 or 0906 0005737. Please, guys, help me drop the number in the group. Once you have made payment to the account displayed on the screen, you have 48 hours. 48 hours, and of course, you'll be able to get into this offer. Once you have done that, send bootcamp to 0906 00057 for 0906 0005747. Yes, you automatically qualify for the raffle. It's a raffle that'll be happening by the end of the month. Date to be communicated also in the communities. Once you do this, you qualify. When you register 10 people or more, 10 people you qualify, it's going to be a raffle draw, and you get all of the details also in the communities if you are sitting in any community. Otherwise, you get a message also from us talking about this. All right. All right, so let me see if there are other questions in the room. In real estate, what's the best property buy for someone relocating to country with a source of income in the country yet? Is it with a source of income in the country yet, or without a source of income in the country yet? I need to be sure. Adegoke, can you check your question again and reconfirm that? All right. How do you know when I register people? You will send the names. So once you register, there's a link that will be sent to you. You would use your link to register more people and it will be traceable to you. Either that or you send the names of the people you have registered also to the number that we dictated earlier. How about those who are not in Lagos? You can join online. So it's virtual and physical training. So we are going to be streaming the same training live. It's a whole day training. So yes, it is possible to join virtual and you can join physically as well. But I recommend if you are in Lagos or closer to Lagos to join physically. That's the best option for you. Of course, virtual, yes, you can also join. You are going to enjoy the same information anyway. Okay, so let's see if there are other questions. The last people that registered with 5K, the upline did not get commission. I told him I don't know what happened. Is it the same again with the 5K registration? Okay, so OP, I'll throw this question at you. Is it the same?
There's a 50%.
Okay,
Can
I think.
Go on, OP, please.
Okay, so what I would, the way I will answer that question is I will need more details. Because when you register, what we expect from you is to send your name and proof of payment too. Because all these things are very, very important. So we need your name and your proof of payment to be able to do the needful. So the information you are giving to us is not enough. So what I would suggest you do is to send your name and phone number or whatever inquiries or complaints you want to give. So send it to 0906005747. So let's do that. Any other questions?
All right. I'm not seeing any other question here.
Okay,
Please
someone is
number.
asking.
Okay, let me drop the number. OP, you're saying something?
Exactly. Yeah, someone is asking about numbers, email address, account number. There's